Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the LEGO Dreamzzz Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van set. This is set number 71456. It has 434 pieces and I think I paid $34 for this set. It retails for 48. I think I got it for around 30% off, which I think is like $14 off. So that's how we get down to about $34 and some change there. I think that all checks out. This is one that I was really interested in. I've kind of stayed away from some Dreamzzz somewhat recently, even though I'm really excited about some of the next wave of Dreamzzz that's coming out. I'm not sure how I feel about the alternate builds quite yet, and for video's sake, I don't know if it warrants doing them like a Creator 3-in-1 because they're just not. There's not that much to change over, but kind of there is, and it's this weird thing. And I'm also kind of curious about maybe just picking one of them and only doing a video for that, but then I don't feel like I've experienced the full set and can give my fair kind of thoughts. So I haven't really nailed down how I'm going to do that. We'll see with this one, but I'm excited to look at this one anyway. It looks like there's a pretty competent sort of van in here, as well as some other interesting stuff, so excited to see that. So I got this on sale, and now in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this LEGO Dreamzzz Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. So we start out here building the van, and like many other Dream sets, the kind of core base for this build is really competent and could stand on its own as a pretty good set in a different theme perhaps. So the van build actually is really good. It reminds me a little bit of the Dreamzzz Oz's space car thing, where like the main car for that was kind of like a Speed Champion set in many ways, and this has a thing it's very similar to some Friends vans or some city vehicles or lots of other things, and it just happens to be in the Dreamzzz. And then there's some modifications that can be done that add some whimsy, add some more detail, some more play features, stuff like that, some more fantastical elements. But at the very core of it is just a really nicely designed LEGO van vehicle here. There are some stickers in this set, and I do go through those in the full review. So this is the base of the van, and I spend some time kind of looking at the alternate builds or the dream kind of builds here, and then I move on to the first one. So I'm going to kind of put this in the first configuration, which is just kind of the walking turtle van type thing, and then later on in the video I will kind of put it and change it over into the flying submarine turtle van version, and I'll give my thoughts on that before giving kind of my final thoughts. So we add some different details up on the top. Now we can work on the legs and the head here, add those all, build up the feet and a couple other little things. And we do have a fair amount of like leftover pieces that aren't used in this version of the set that might be used or definitely will be used in the other version, and that's going to be true like vice versa and stuff there. So now that we've finished that all up, onto my review for this set. Okay, so here is the main build, or the first build from the LEGO Dreamzzz Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van set. Like I said at the beginning, I haven't really figured out the best way to look at Dream sets yet, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly with this one, but I'm going to kind of do my best with it, and it might be that I look at the first build and then the second build. It might be that I look at kind of the intermediate build or the base for everything here, but I'm not really sure. At the very least, the first thing I will look at is the minifigures, because you do get some. So we will take a look at all of those. And this is pretty cool. So the first one we'll look at is Mrs. Castillo. So this is a new character. I think maybe only in this set, maybe is coming in another one. I'm not 100% sure. They have a nice staff here. Seems to have like the dream dual molded hourglass sand time thing up there. A staff with a crystal at the top. And I thought this was really interesting because the body is kind of something I've not seen before. It's dual molded, so the backpack here, portion of it is all molded together with the kind of torso and the skirt piece, and then that is printed on here with kind of a scarf and some jewelry and stuff, which is really, really nice. We use kind of some of these Mario character arms that just have the Technic pin on the side to add their arms. We use a just normal minifig head, and we do have an alternate expression. So we have the sunglasses on here, kind of a smile like that, a little different expression here. There's some wrinkles and different stuff to maybe indicate that this is an older character. And then, yeah, very interesting that we have these 4 studs on the back. Hairpiece is fine like that, and then we do this little build with 3 pieces to make a sort of backpack here. This character is small. It doesn't have legs, but it is like a shorter torso and skirt piece than I'm really familiar with. And overall, pretty nice detail. I do like the dual molding plus the printing on there. I think is all pretty nice. So that's very, very cool. The next one we will look at is Matteo. So this is a character that comes in a lot of Dream sets. I would say they do have their kind of spear, saber, staff thing here with kind of the unicorn horn, different colors in there. And again, this is a character I've looked at before, and I think this version is pretty much the same. So we do have the nice hairpiece that has a little extra like printing there. The face is good, does have some extra details for like around the eyes and everything there. We do have an alternate face that has that carry over as well. We have a backpack on the back going around their neck. I'll pop that off just so we can see. Looking at the torso, really, really good printing. Lots of super, super fine details in here, as well as the kind of strap that goes across the chest. Different color arms there. We do have printing on the midsection, printing on the legs all the way down, as well as having dual molded legs and printing on them, which is very nice. And then, yeah, the back of the torso has this kind of buckle or bag or strap kind of going around there. So Matteo, I've been really impressed with. I would like to see them maybe in some different outfits, different kind of looks for them, and hopefully that's coming if I haven't encountered those already. The next one we will look at is Zoey, I believe. This might be another character that I've seen before, but I'm not 100% positive of. I think so. I know I've looked at like Izzy, or maybe not, Zoey. Well, anyway, we have Zoey here, Cooper, Logan. This is Zoey, so nice color hairpiece there. Really detailed like braids all throughout there. They do have the kind of dreams hourglass time sleep thing with the printed tile up top. They also have this nice color for the bow and arrow accessory there. They have a quiver kind of around their back. Looking at the face, it's pretty good. Nice expression there. A little extra detail for the eyelashes and maybe some makeup. Do have an alternate face which has a different expression there, which is really, really nice. I'll pop off the quiver for the bow and arrow, and we can look at the torso. Super, super detailed torso here with just lots of layers, lots of fine detail, some metallic stuff in there. There's really there's feels like there's depth and layering here in a way that I don't often see, which is really cool. We have mismatched like hands here, which is also interesting. We have printing on the midsection, printing on the legs, so that's really good. These legs are not dual molded, although it kind of looked like it from the front just because there is that break in the color there, but they are not. But still really detailed leg printing there. Back of the torso has kind of that leaf pattern underneath, the scarf, a strap, all of that good stuff. So good to get that character. Yeah, that's one I'm not sure if I have or not. I'll have to double check, because I know like I have a version of Izzy with like Bunchu the bunny. Cooper and Logan I don't believe I've had, because maybe Cooper is just in the crocodile car set, and Logan I don't think I have either, but maybe I haven't had. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So there are different characters here. We also get a Z-Blob. So this is small, does have the minifigure head underneath there with the printed Z-Blob eyes, nothing on the back, a little small body there with the translucent green kind of slime headpiece here, which is really nice. And then we also get a Grimspawn kind of nightmareling type thing, which is very similar, but it does have the like helmet, the hat here, and it appears I forgot to put a little detail here for their feather, their flame, their dream thing. Underneath that, they do have a face, which is nice and spooky, no alternate face, a little bit of scar there, and they are holding the silver kind of spire or spear or thing right there. So those are all the minifigures, and then the rest of this set is Mrs. Castillo's turtle van. So I have this in the first configuration, and we'll kind of go over it, but there is, like there is with many Dreamzzz sets, kind of a base model, which is this van, which is a pretty competent van design, I would say, and it's I think 8 wide, and is a nice van sort of model and design for other themes. Like it just feels very much like the quality of a city vehicle or anything like that, even though it's not the full thing. And essentially what that would be like is I can maybe switch this out relatively quick. I'm not sure exactly how quick, and it might not be worth it, but I'll do my best to kind of get this all back to its van format without, doing too much. And this is one of the quirks of the Dreamzzz line of sets, because they do encourage kind of the disassembly and the reassembly and everything else here, and I feel like that does it doesn't make it super conducive to like recording a review, especially if I want to show different things. I'll just leave that part in there, and I think that's everything. So this will actually allow us to look a little bit closer at some things and might have some easier time looking at some details here. It wasn't that destructive of a disassembly to remove all the dream components there, and it didn't take me too long, but it is, a little bit involved. So here we have the van that is essentially like the main core of this build, and this is really good. There are stickers in this set. I'll kind of point those out as I go through. So right off the bat, we have the sticker for these Dreamcraft items. So maybe Mrs. Castillo, sells things out of here, also transports people different stuff. So it's kind of this menu placard there. On these flags for the awning, those are stickers. It's a sticker up here, Tortuga's Dreamcraft shop. That's a sticker. A sticker on the back, which does have like the set number as well as FC there. Over on this side, a sticker with the turtle. And these sides are pretty similar, except on this one, we do have these kind of doors or this window here. On this one, we don't as much. Same, there's a little bit of difference down here. Looking at the front, we have the nice, like, kind of two windshields there, or windscreens, or, you know, front canopy type pieces. And then we also have the antenna or the lever joystick kind of pieces used as windshield wipers, which is nice. I like the grill. I like the lights here. Hopefully I have them in the right order. And then I like the little use of these kind of Technic bits at the round on the bumper. And we can get access in here. So this actually does have doors, which is cool. So we can open up the doors there, and inside we can get access to that by taking off the top. So this studs down just on these 8 studs around here. The rest of it's all tiled out, and we can see what that kind of sub-assembly looks like. This is a sticker for the turtle shell up here. So is this. And in the normal kind of main build or base build, this kind of mixel joint, ball joint with the Technic pin coming out of it wouldn't be there, but you would still see the light bluish gray part. And then looking inside here, we can see what's going on. So we do have spot for people to sit. They can sit side by side there. The steering wheel is not in the center, but so that's fine. Another sticker on the inside there with some sort of Dreamcraft builds showing how to make different accessories, make different things in Dreamcraft stuff. So there's like a sword fish, or a fish sword, which I think is cute. There's like a crystal flame thing. There's maybe like a mushroom thing. We can open this up, these doors here, and maybe see that a little bit better in there. So that's good. And at the back, we have some of those components. So it looks like to me kind of a mushroom over here. This is that crystal. It's kind of that satin translucent kind of color, that opalescent, pearlescent color, and maybe a little potion or a little thing over there. Inside here, we have a lot of space on the floor, which is cool. I also really like the patterning. It kind of has this checkered floor pattern that is very similar to the colors out here, which feels very like turtle shell-ish, but also like very finished and cool. There's not a ton at the back in terms of like functions and different stuff, but we do have just the vertical windscreens for the back windows there, and build that all up. So you could fit a lot of characters in here because there's not a ton of stuff. I think some of the stuff that might be part of the Dreamzzz build of everything would be nice to be able to put in there. And that's kind of the main thing here, but I really wanted to talk about this because, like the Mr. Oz's space car, like the base car for that was a very competent build and design that could be easily like transferred to other themes. And just the other day I was looking at a Batman set from a while ago that felt like those designs could have been put in other themes, other lines of Lego products, and fit in right away. And this feels like it's not just Dreamzzz. This easily feels like it could be, you know, a Friends thing or a City thing or whatever. And if Dreamzzz is going to kind of be like a cross theme intersection kind of line of toys, I think that's really, really important and really great. So this is a super competent van here, and I liked putting it together, generally speaking. But then we have, because it's a Dream set, like 2 alternate builds, and let me grab the instructions so we can see what those look like, because it gives you some options here. So we can see we have the like turtle van kind of in walking form here with the legs on the side. That's the one I had at the beginning. And then we also have the turtle van in the kind of flying sort of way here. So I'm going to put it into the walking one, talk a little bit about that, and then I'll put it into the flying one and talk a little bit about that as well, because there are going to be some subtle differences in there, but probably not a ton. And I can kind of just show how easy it is to transfer this over. I mean, really the main thing you're taking off is the wheels, the tires, and pulling out these Technic pin axle pieces, those white pieces there. And those are easy enough to take off, I would say. I didn't struggle too much with them at all. And then what we add on there is some of these kind of just yellow Technic axle pieces through the tires. And then we do build a bunch of these leg pieces using these kind of joints and different stuff, little brick built feet here, and those go on there as well. So let me make sure I'm putting the right one on the right kind of feet here. So we got that side, and I'll do this side over here. And hopefully I'm doing these correctly, because something does not feel right now. Do I have these on there wrong? Let me switch these around. So I'm hoping that is all correct, and I can get all of these attached, because for both of these things, this is kind of one of the big transformations here. So let me see if I've done that correctly by double checking the thing. I mean, it seems like what I should have done was put these in here, and then put them in, because we want the Technic axle to be all the way in on the leg, and it cannot be all the way in on the axle brick there. So I did make a bit of an error. It's best to put these yellow Technic pins in the leg assemblies before putting them in. That's not super huge error, but it does make a difference in the stability of everything, I believe. And let me see if this corrects it, because it still seems like maybe these are going to fall off. Get that in there. All right, there we go. So we get those all done. So you have the 4 legs there, all attached. You do build the little feet out. They're pretty much the same, but look good. You can kind of angle them around. You can't really bend these legs or anything like that, but that's all right. When it's elevated off the ground in kind of this walking form, then we do have some of these elements of some of the dream crafting sort of accessories that can be done here. So these can all be mixed and matched, as well as the stuff on the inside, that like the crystal and the different things, to kind of make something that gets clipped on the side, kind of like if Mrs. Castillo was standing in here, you know, selling the wares, these would be on display. We also have the turtle head here, which is a really nice build. It uses this kind of arch window piece here to kind of get this separation around the lower jaw and the mouth, which I think is really smart. And then this kind of shoulder piece, kind of Technic panel piece, but used for Bionicle, I believe, is printed with the face. So that's really good. That attaches to the mixel joint underneath here. Can get that there. And then this piece up at the front, that is also a print. So good to get that stuff. And we'll add a couple other things. One of the things you add is this kind of dual molded translucent spear piece, Z-Blob piece, kind of a flame piece that can maybe go right here. There's a brick with an axle hole there that can take that. We build a little bit of a tree using the fern pieces, kind of a palm tree here, and we can connect that to this, or if you did have it so that this Technic pin with the ball joint wasn't already on the vehicle, maybe you would clip that in. You add on the kind of feeding thing or the lead here at the front, as well as the round jumper there, and then this piece right here. We can add a chest. The chest has another crystal in it up top. And then we have, I don't know if this is really a character or something else entirely, but I think this is like the cat. It's like a cat cactus or something like that. So very, very cute. It's in kind of this barrel bucket type piece built up. The arms can move, looks very traditional cactus, has a little flower on top. Then we have this dome piece with the printed kind of cat face there. The back doesn't look as great, but you could maybe put some inverted tiles in here and it would be fine. But that is really, really nice. And I don't know, I don't know if what this is. It's just a cat cactus, and that can kind of be put up on top here. And this is what the Mrs. Castillo's turtle van looks like in the first configuration. And it's pretty cool. It's taking the van, you add on some wheels, you lift it up off the ground a little bit. I don't know if this makes it faster or slower for it to, transport its wares and its people and its goods and everything, or if it's just cool to have, or or if it's just imaginative and fun. But it takes the base kind of concept of the van that is a really strong build and then elevates it with some fantasy, with some creativity, with some more colors, and some other stuff here that makes this really, really nice. So you can move the head a little bit, you can turn it around. You can't really do the same thing with the legs there. You can have the character up here, and then the idea would be like that this kind of carrot here off the end is maybe dangling in front of the turtle to keep it moving forward, and that is Mrs. Castillo's turtle van. So that's the first kind of thing here, and this is, maybe they call this maybe the party mode, and then there's the flying submarine mode. So this is a little bit different. So now I'm actually going to put this into the flying submarine mode, which is a bit different, and I'm not sure how much I need to disassemble this, but I'm going to kind of take everything off like I did before and see if what all the changes will actually look like once I've done that. So I'm going to pop off the legs, even though I know that they will be coming back on, and I'm going to take out the cactus. I'm going to take out all of the tires and everything here, this little bit here, take out the head and get down to this sort of base level. And now I'm going to work on putting together the kind of other version of this set. So I know we do kind of have this here. So got the cactus there. We do something different here. So instead of this, we will use this spire here. And while I'm talking my way through this, maybe I will speed this portion of the video up, and then come back when I've finished it. So enjoy the little build here for this portion. Okay, so while we look at the build portion, to switch this over to the other kind of alternate build that is common in the Dreamzzz line of products, I just wanted to say thank you again if you made it this far. I appreciate it. Not sure what to talk about here. The changeover didn't take that long. It was relatively quick, relatively minor, but does make some big changes visually. And now on to my review for this version of this set. Okay, so that is the other build here for this LEGO Dreamzzz Mrs. Castillo's turtle van. So this one is the flying submarine mode, and this is actually kind of cool. So one of the first differences here is that the cat cactus is now a flying cat cactus. You can see some stuff down here, maybe a jetpack on the back, so they're no longer just riding in the top. They can actually be like a figure kind of going along for the journey, flying alongside the submarine turtle van flying thing there. So that's a big difference. There's also this, which was kind of removed from the top, changed around. We got rid of the kind of accessory rack thing that goes on the side here. Put the tree on this little round plate, the chest, the little fish, and this is maybe like a floating piece of terrain in the Dreamzzz world as well. At least that's what it looks like from the images in here. So it's maybe not even in this one, but let me see towards the rear of this. Something like that. It looks like we have the cactus over here flying, the turtle van over here, and then this kind of flying piece of terrain with the chest and the tree, and maybe the nightmareling Grimsnarl, what is that thing called? Grimspawn on there. And so those are two differences. And then we have the flying submarine kind of thing here. So one of the main differences is you flip the legs around. And I did these. I don't know if this is actually how you're supposed to do it. I had them one coming out like backward and then one coming up because I just liked the look of that. It could be that the directions aren't telling you to do that, and they're telling them to be just kind of flat back like this, and that might be the case. I think either could look fine. For whatever reason, the idea of kind of having them be up was really interesting to me visually, so I kind of liked that there, because it almost looks like they might be underwater but also might be up in the air, kind of mid flying here. So I sort of like it like that. It's hard for me to tell from the official images and in the instructions what LEGO was intending for these to be, if they were supposed to be kind of offset by 25 degrees like that or not. The head is exactly the same. Up at the top we have some other changes. We do add this kind of fin on the back. We would want to be able to take this off, and I just didn't because that's a difficult piece for me to get out of there right now, and so I'm not going to worry too much about that unless it becomes its own problem. There we go. So get that out of there. So that wouldn't be there, but this would still be there. And we change up the top. So instead of this one, I think this is supposed to be kind of like a chili pepper or cayenne or like a jalapeno or something. It looks like spicy using the red there. So a different kind of vegetable for the front. And I think if it is like a spicy pepper or something, that works really well with kind of the tail, but also the jet propulsion out of the back here. I think that's kind of comical and funny. We also have like a sort of periscope type thing coming up the top, so using one of these clear crystals that wasn't used, and this can kind of move around, and there's like a hatch at the top, so this could be in the air or underwater, even though we do have some openings here in this, but that's okay. Everything in the inside remained the same, but now this is sort of a flying thing here. And I also like that in this configuration, the way I have it, it can still roll on its wheels because there's enough clearance. This is just kind of high enough to not worry about that, so this can still roll, which is I think really good for play, even though it might not be intended to do that. It's kind of like a submarine thing. It's also a flying airplane type thing. It also has the road faring van, and then the kind of all-terrain turtle version, the walking version, the swimming version, and so it covers a lot of bases here. In terms of like which one I like better, I don't know. I mean, I think they're both good. I like the cactus jetpack thing because you do get like an extra kind of character there, but I also like when a lot of the elements have their place on the main build. So like having this be a separate thing isn't great to me, and I maybe liked it more when that stuff was kind of concentrated on the top. But I do like this. On the other version, the cat cactus was kind of just sitting in the top there. Have all your accessories here. I didn't show the extra pieces kind of in between there because there are quite a few pieces that are like used in the main build but not used in the other one. For the base van build, these white Technic axle pins there, those are used for all of the wheels, but they're not used in either of the dream alternates. The carrot piece, this piece, some of the accessory pieces here are not used in the full, or like the other alternate build. I know on the first one, like this little piece here isn't used, this gem isn't used, this like kind of connector ratchet piece isn't used, this piece isn't used, this fin, the kind of curly bit for the pepper there is not used. So there are some pieces that are used in one but not used in the other, and that's okay. I try to explain that well enough, but like for the first one, like this wouldn't be used, and there's a couple other ones there, but that's all fine. And then I think the rest of the extra pieces here, boy, I can't remember if these spires are actually extra pieces. They might be. So hopefully I have this all correct, which is like not just the pieces that are left over that are different from each build, but the actual extra pieces that are light enough. So I think I have them all correct. So you get like a flower stud, the extra flame piece, a couple different hollow studs in different colors, gold, brown, whatever, some not hollow studs in here, the spire pieces, bar element, a little bit of Technic. You get 3 colors of the hilt piece, like for a lightsaber. So you get kind of this green one for Matteo's spear, the gold one for some of the weapons or on the cat cactus jetpack. You also get kind of the brown one for Mrs. Castillo's thing there. Technic, translucent stuff. You get an extra of the printed tile with the hourglass there, a couple extras of these kind of translucent crystal pieces here. So those are all your extra pieces that are like light, and then yeah, there's a couple like leftover pieces that you might not use, just like if you went down to the base build here, which was just the van without all of the extra fantasy dream stuff that makes this really interesting, then you would have like a lot of extra pieces like the head and this piece and the legs and everything here. But this is what it looks like in the other formation, and I think that's pretty cool here, I would say. So I like that, and I think that's everything. This set is 400 and let me pull it up here. 434 pieces, 3 minifigures, plus some of the smaller figures, plus the cat cactus there, but 3 proper minifigures of really good quality, 434 pieces. It retails for $48. I paid $34, which is like $14 off, which is I think about 13% or 30% off rather. And this is a set that it seemed weird. Some of the Dream stuff has had weird pricing to piece ratios, at least it seemed like to me, and I thought like the Cage Grimkeeper thing was maybe overpriced, maybe the crocodile car was a little overpriced, but I wasn't sure. But then some of the other sets I thought were pretty fair price. I wasn't thrilled about this one at $48, even though you get a good amount of stuff here. You do get some nice printed pieces, there are still some stickers used, but this is a really good design. I actually think kind of, I'm going to say all 3 builds are quite good. So just the base van, the walking turtle, and then the flying turtle version are all quite good. There's a lot of space in here, but good design, good build stuff all the way throughout. I think it looks pretty darn good. The minifigures are really good quality with all the different printing, dual molding, lots of different stuff there, which is great. This is an interesting character to get, Mrs. Castillo. So I think that's all pretty good. I'm glad I got this on sale. 20% off would have been $9.60 off, which puts us up at like the $38 to $39 mark, which would be better. I think I would have liked this just priced at 40 or 45 out the gate, probably 40 instead of 48. 45 would have been better, but I was able to get this for 30% off, which brings it down to 34 roughly. I think that's a pretty good price for it, pretty fair for what I have here, considering the amount of stuff, considering the prints. I don't know if there's any specific recolors or anything like that, but that seems reasonable to me for the amount of Lego I got here, as well as the build experience and the different builds and all of the play and everything. So I think that's pretty good. I'm still mixed on Dreamzzz just because I have a feeling I would lose a lot of these pieces that aren't used or are used in one build but not the other and stuff like that. And so I'm not sure if the concept has really proven itself to me, but I hope there are plenty of people out there who really enjoy this concept and enjoys this theme, and if it's successful, maybe it'll continue going on. I know there are a couple other Dreamzzz sets that are going to be coming out in the near future that I look pretty cool to me, so I'm interested in seeing those. This is from the first wave, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I enjoyed putting it together. I liked building it, and I'm glad I got it on sale. I did try to point out all the stickers. Like a lot of Dreamzzz sets, we do have a bunch of kind of extra stickers there that could be put on at the builder's discretion, which is very fine. And I think that's everything. So this is all right. I'm glad I got this on sale, and that's it. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO Dreamzzz, as well as tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. A couple of the sets that I have in like my backlog that I was building a long time ago are like the Pegasus Flying Horse set, as well as the like Norwal Chariot hot air balloon set, which was another Dreamzzz one, and I just haven't finished all those and finished the videos for those, but those might be coming out in the future if you're interested in my take on some more Dreamzzz stuff, as well as the new sets coming out in the Dreamzzz line of products. But I'll also be looking at a ton of other stuff that's not Dreamzzz. So yeah, subscribe, it helps me a lot. And then if you wanted to support this channel in a different way by giving money to the channel, you could do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So maybe consider checking that out. It does help me a lot. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but if you are able to and want to and whatever, I wanted the options are available, and it is a huge help to have people who are willing to like financially support some of this stuff. But like I said, it's not needed in any real way, but I wanted the avenues to be out there for those people who might be compelled to do that. So maybe consider checking that stuff out. Thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.